The Web3 gaming market is exploding at the moment, and with founders from Rockstar Gaming and Polygon, just to name a few, Revolving Games is one of the hottest potential projects. And this project already has a huge gaming community and plans to launch over 14 games this year. It relies on nodes to run the infrastructure for the network, and it's with these nodes that we earn a passive income. I've already earned over 12,000 tokens in just 2 months, and with the token launch just around the corner, it's a 1-to-1 ratio to the publicly listed token. They've got over $5 million in funding, and the public node sale is today, the 14th of November, and I've got you exclusive access. Make sure you stay till the end of the video, as I will share with you an exclusive discount code and show you my earnings so you can get your maximum return on this project. In this video, I'll do a brief overview on Revolving Games, including its fully stacked team and the backers. I'll talk about why I'm bullish on this project. I'll then talk you through the Scout nodes, what their function is and how much I've earned so far. And finally, I'll talk you through the public sale, how you can get hold of one, and that discount code. You need to hurry because this is going to be a very popular project. Right, let's jump straight into the video. Let's head into the Revolving Games website so we can learn a little bit more about this project. Now, Revolving Games is a Web3 blockchain game company, and the people involved in Revolving Games collectively have generated over 2.6 billion in lifetime revenue. And Revolving Games is trying to differentiate itself in the Web3 gaming sphere. Not only do they have a fully stacked team, and we'll look at that shortly, but they also have a focus on ownership for games. They have a huge funding behind them, and they've got a ton of games that they've already launched and are planning to launch. And you can have a look at some of the team that are employed by the project. You can see that in terms of funding, they are backed by some major backers, and you might recognize that the founder of Rockstar Games, Animoca Brands, Polygon, FaZe Banks are all involved as founders for the project, alongside the investment that they've reached, which is over $5 million. And here are some of the highlights of the games that the people behind this project have been involved in. The project already has a number of games. They've got Hatchlings, they've got Skyborn Legacy, and one of their most anticipated games is Project Nova. Now, this is something which has a huge gaming community behind it already. Now, the project has 2 different ecosystems within it. You've got the gaming partner, which is of course Revolving Games, responsible for the actual development of the games, with the token itself being the Rcade token. And then you've got the technology partner. So you've got the nodes and its native chain. The nodes are what run this network. And I'll talk about the function of the nodes a little bit later on in the video when I talk about my earnings, because I purchased those in the whitelist sale. But users are able to buy these nodes and they start earning beta tokens immediately. And the roadmap for remaining 2024 has the dashboard in September. Of course, we had the node pre-sale before that. Project Nova had its early access, that was one of their games. And then they've also got the public node sale that's taking place now. And token generation is expected either in December or in Q1 of 2025. And that's it for an overview of Revolving Games. I did do an in-depth video on Revolving Games, and if you want to watch that video, you can check the link in the description, or you can watch it at the end of this video. But let me jump into some of the reasons why I'm bullish on this project. Well, the first reason is the gaming industry. It's actually projected to grow by nearly 100 billion over the next 4 years. And with the transition into more and more popular Web3 games, you can only imagine that these well-stacked games are going to do better than others. And you know, those who got into Gala games early did quite well. You can see that the crypto market, of course, is up at the moment. And if I click on gaming, and you can see that the gaming markets have also been increasing quite a lot, with Gala Games doing over 40% in the last 7 days. Gaming, of course, is one of the hot trends in this crypto bull run, alongside AI and DePin. The other reason I'm bullish is that Revolving Games have actually partnered with CDFI. Now, CDFI, one of the largest incubators and launch pads in crypto, and they'll be hosting the node sale on their platform. Now, that is going to attract thousands of people towards the platform. And the last reason is how much they've put aside for node holders. They've actually put aside 50% for node holders and 12% for airdrops. And if you're a node holder, you actually get eligibility to those airdrops. So over 62% of this project is aimed towards community rewards. And as I'll show later on, the beta tokens that I'm earning at the moment have a 1-to-1 conversion ratio to the main token. And so with an expected 5,000 tokens a month that can be earned, that could end up being a heavy amount if the token is launched and it does quite well. Let's jump into the nodes themselves, showing you what the utility is and finally what my earnings are. So the nodes are responsible for token minting for the project, and these nodes are actually validator nodes, so they help run the infrastructure for the network, and they offer decentralized cloud infrastructure services. So this is like storage and compute. And the last thing is that these nodes will be eligible for airdrops. And as I mentioned previously, 50% of the tokens are going to be eligible for node holders. Now, congratulations to those of you that got in on my previous pre-sale when we got an extra discount on these nodes. I managed to purchase one of these nodes. As you can see, it's sitting there in my dashboard and I plugged it in before the deadline. I can get something called a Nexus node. Now, they've actually gone up in price, maybe 300%, but they also give you additional nodes. You can buy those if you want to on an open marketplace. But I've actually earned over 12,940 nodes just over 2 months of holding it. Now, we roughly earn around 5,000 tokens a month. And as I mentioned, there's going to be a 1-to-1 ratio with these tokens when they get listed in the next few months. So I'm super excited about what's going to happen with these nodes as they go live. And as we've been seeing recently, a lot of gaming projects have done incredibly well, with some of them going over 370% in the last 7 days alone. So I'm really expecting this to do quite well. So how does this upcoming node sale work, and how do you get hold of them? Well, the public node sale is taking place on the 14th of November on the CDFI platform. And if you use the discount code PassiveCrypto, you will get an additional 5% off on your purchase. Depending on which tier you get in at, it could be $360. If you use a discount code, you'll get 5% off that total amount. Payments should be made on the Arbitrum chain with the ETH token, and it's super easy to add Arbitrum to MetaMask. I did explain that in the last video that I made, but you simply need to add Arbitrum onto the MetaMask and then put in Ethereum, and you can purchase that collectively. So you can see the price over here. And there are some estimations of how much you can earn depending on what the fully diluted valuation could be. So if it was at 0.005 cents, or if the token was at 0.2 cents, you can see how much you could earn potentially per month, depending on how many nodes are live and also how much you earn. So it could earn you a pretty penny depending on how this token does. Now, of course, it's not financial advice, but this gives you projections and valuations of how that could work. And that's it for this video. Now, I'll put a link if you want to purchase one of these in the description. Do make sure to make use of that discount code to give you additional benefits, and I'll update you on the progress of this project, especially when the token launch happens. Right, that's it from me. I'll catch you in the next video.